In this video, we'll start taking a look at the user interface in Audio Design Desk, along with the various features the software has to offer. We've broken this up into manageable chunks, with each tutorial taking you through a different section of the interface and how it all works. So let's get started. On the left-hand side of the interface, you'll find 5 sections: Your Library, Sound Packs, Presets, ADD Playlists, and Your Playlists. Let's begin with the Your Library section. Within this section, you'll find a library folder which houses any presets you've saved. There's more on this later in the tutorial, but be aware that these are stored within the Documents folder on your Mac within the ADD folder. Next is Projects. You can of course choose to save projects anywhere, but this will give you access to any projects which you've saved into the specific Projects folder, again within that ADD folder on your system drive. You can double click on a project to open it. Next is Frame.io. There's a separate tutorial video on this, but Audio Design Desk offers tight integration with Frame.io, linking in with your account and allowing you to upload and download from there for a really quick and convenient workflow. Also in the Your Library section, you'll find the Exports folder. If you decide, for example, to export an AAF from a project, the default location to which it will be saved will be here. Again, this is in that same location on your system drive. There's a Bounces folder too. Any finished audio and video which you bounce from a project can be saved here. Of course, you may choose to save it elsewhere, but this is a convenient default location. There's also Clips. I'll go into more detail about this later, but clips are essentially small reference files of audio where edits and effects can be applied and saved for quick recall in the future. Video is a folder where you may choose to save any video files you're using in projects. There's also a cache folder here which provides access to recently used video files. This again is within that same ADD folder on your system drive. Finally, in the Your Library section, there's Autosave. Audio Design Desk automatically saves projects in the background every 30 seconds. This can be changed in preferences if you prefer. Next, let's take a look at sound packs. Audio Design Desk includes over 20,000 sounds. You can see that I already have various packs installed. These can be downloaded and installed via the Sound Pack Manager. You can access this from the Library menu, or from the arrow button at the top of the Sound Packs section. In the All section, you'll see a list of the various sound packs available. If you're on the Produce plan, you can download and install them in AAC format. The professional version of Audio Design Desk also allows you to access the WAV versions. It's worth checking back here every so often because new packs do get added on a regular basis. In fact, here's one I don't have yet, so I'll click Install on the WAV version. The file size of some of these sound packs is quite large, so I've chosen to download and install these to an external hard drive. Once installed, you'll see a full list of everything here. You could manually browse through these by clicking on the sound pack and then going into the individual folders and just browsing around, but a much quicker way to find stuff is to go to the Search tab and choose a category, subcategory, and if required, a type and subtype, and you'll see the filtered results in this list below. Bear in mind that the results shown will be determined by the intensity and complexity selectors at the top. So if, for example, I only wanted to hear music of intensity level 2, I could click that and the results will be filtered to meet those criteria. Audition clips by selecting them and hitting the spacebar. Once you find something you like, you can add it to your timeline either by dragging and dropping it, or with the sound selected here, hitting Shift Return. And as you can see, that's now been added to my timeline. Let's do one more search before we move on. First, I need to clear the existing search criteria, so I'll hit the Reset button. Now I'm going to choose Sound Effects as the category. The subcategory, I'm happy with Element. I'm going to choose maybe Water as the type, and the subtype, let's just, for example, say Bubbles. And then all of those sounds appear in the list. Maybe there's still too many actually, so I'm going to filter that further because we've got 56 results there. So I'm going to say intensity level 3 or 4. And that's now narrowed it down to 13 results, so I can audition them once again. Just audition a couple. Okay, that's great. That's the sound I'm interested in. Click it, Shift Return, and that's been added to the timeline at the current cursor location. Okay, just a couple more points about searching. You can, of course, go to the search box and type in a search term. So if, for example, I enter the term door, you can see we've got 324 results. That's quite a few, so maybe I want to add additional search terms. You can separate the terms with a comma. So for example, I put a comma and then maybe the word close. Now it's filtering them again, and we've got 127 results. And maybe I also want it to be just wooden doors. So let's type in comma wood. And now we have 41 results, which meet all of our search criteria. Maybe you also want to exclude a search term from the results. So to do that, I'll just add an additional one, but add a minus before it. Let's type the word cabinet. It's filtered it down further, and now we have just 31 results, which meet the search terms door, close, wood, but don't contain the word cabinet. And one final really useful feature in the search area is the keywords drop down. So you can see these are alphabetical. So for example, I could choose a term. Let's choose explosion. We've got 221 results. You can choose whether this is an and or an or search. So if I leave this on and I add additional terms, it will find things which meet all of those criteria. So now you can see 21 results. That's it for this tutorial. In the next one, we'll start by taking a look at the presets function.